Okay, there we go. I think we're finally live. Yes, live. Okay. Let me just make sure volume's good. Okay. Alright. We're all set. Let me see if chat wants to work. Okay. Yeah, looks like we're all set. Alright. Let me spin you guys around right here for a sec. Get the Tronxy fired up. Let's see. Okay. Just making sure the title is up to date here. Save that. Okay. I was just making sure the title is up to date. Alright, we're gonna get this fired up. Printing some TPU. Let some people figure out that I'm streaming. And we're gonna do a little unboxing. So I was messing around earlier. Made a couple private streams. So I have this old phone here. And I mean, it works, you know. But so I tried live streaming off this instead of my personal phone. But it didn't work out too well. So it came out pretty choppy. Like the frame rate was right down the tubes. I don't know what's going on, so might have to mess with it a little bit more and see. But I mean, the stream comes in just so much cleaner on this phone. It really not dropped the quality that far down for you guys. So it's going to start heating up the nozzle now. And we'll get right into it. Alright, we're about halfway up the temp. We'll get this going in the background here. So we kind of got something to look at and watch. I will eventually have to do some firmware stuff, and that's on a different computer and a different room, so we'll see how that goes. I should be able to drag you guys out there. Alright, looks like we just got up to temp. So it should start any second. It waits for it to balance itself out. And there she goes. Yeah, so this TPU I think is pretty sensitive to water, it seems like. I get a lot of popping now. When I first opened it up it was good, but this is only a day old and it's already kind of doing this stuff. So we'll kind of keep an eye on this as it's going. In the meantime, I'm going to back you guys up without dropping the phone. Tighten down my little clamp. Let's see how far back I can get you. Yeah, I'll say that's good. Because we got a box to check out. I got a good knife. Okay, we're back. Let's see what we got in the box. Top price, some more Smarties. I'm gonna have a collection of these dudes. And yeah, okay. That's for a sequel. Okay, here we go. This is what we got. Oh, you know what? We're having the Tronxy print TPU right now, but we're gonna have to switch that over. I gotta print the mountain bracket for this, which thankfully it doesn't take too long, but... Well, you know, I guess we could have someone do that as well. Okay, let's see what we got. I got some zip ties. Super tiny screwdriver. And this is our EZABL sensor. Look at that. Nice and small. So, that's pretty neat. And this looks like the control box for it. And we'll get this mounted up underneath the machine somewhere. And this is just a 3D printed box, it looks like. Nice print quality though. That's very good. Let's take this out of the wrap here. Kind of show you guys. You can tell that's on the... That's actually a lot smoother feeling than my parts on the Easy Flex there. But very clean looking. No problems with that at all. And this will be our cable to run down to the power supply for power. Let's check out the Tronxy here, see how it's doing. Yeah. We'll be doing this tomorrow. Awesome. Yeah, I think I need to put this TPU back in the dry bag. I definitely don't like sitting on the spool out in the open for too long. I'm getting a bunch of popping. Yeah, well, we're gonna have to reflash this here, and I don't know if I'm gonna want to take the printer all the way out to another room or not. Because last time I flashed this machine, it was through USB. What shroud is on the Tronxy? That's the one I made. So you can find this on my Thingiverse page. I have the link on my channel if you ever want to pick that up. It's a remix of the, not this one, because I had a, this is something different for the V6 style hot ends, but before this, it was a shroud originally by, oh, what was his name? Red Squirrel, I believe? Been a while now. But he's the original designer for these kind of shrouds, and I kind of just remixed this to fit the Tronxy. And added the mounting holes for the sensor for it. Yeah, it's, if you're on PC, it'll be the little, yeah, it's Red Squirrels, yeah. Yeah, that's what it is, just remix of that. If you're on PC, it's the, it's on my banner, or if you're on mobile, you'll have to go to my about and my links to find it. Yeah, so far, I don't know, I like it. It's worked out pretty good, because I got the second fan sitting around, because on this machine, started spinning around. This one we upgraded to the bigger fan, so I had the extra little 40-10 blower, so I threw it on the other machine there. But for fitment wise, we're going to be looking at probably around there. It'll sit right on the side of that duct. And of course, you know, we'll run this up through into here and get it out of the way. But this shouldn't have too much longer on it. Really, it's not even coming out as good as I did earlier today. And that's the exact same settings. I think this filament's gonna have to go back into a dry bag. So as soon as this is done, we'll probably switch it out for some PLA. And we'll start printing our bracket for this machine here. I believe TH3D has the bracket set up for the Mini. I think I checked upon ordering this, and I'm pretty sure he had the mount for the Mini. And it should go right onto that shroud that we... Well, no, it'll actually won't go on this shroud. We'll have to make it work. We'll figure out how to make it work. It goes on this style of shroud that we used to have. But he has the mount separate. We'll print it out and we'll see. Well, while that's going back there, we'll go ahead and get this filament out of here, because I'm pretty sure this stuff here is going to a dry bag as well. This last time we used this, it was crap. So we'll get this cranking. Does it have to be the Mini? No. It doesn't have to be. Just got the Mini because it's smaller and weighs less, but it should have the same specs as, you know, the original Pro. as far as, you know, tolerance, sensitivity, stuff like that. That's what it claims, anyways. It's all the same, just smaller and weighs less. So I was like, well, might as well just get that. Less bulk around the head. Now the light kicked on. It's getting warm. Yeah, you'll be fine with that Pro there. I think it was like $1 difference, so it wasn't too much of a big deal, I guess. Let's go ahead and get the Mini. Alright, looks like we're coming up temp. Get this filament pulled out of here. Well, thanks. I'm awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad the video helped. The quality's not as good as what we're getting now. It was a little older. But I'm glad I was able to explain enough for you guys to follow. Because I really enjoyed it on mine, so, you know, I was like, you know what? I'll just cover this and show everybody else that. I mean, I've seen videos before. With people doing it with the Tronxy, but it's usually the classic UI, and I was like, well, you know what, I want to get the fancy UI working with that. So we got that figured out and made the video. Alright, that filament's ready to come out. As long as they don't break inside the tube. Nope, we're good. Yeah, I think this stuff got a little affected by some humidity. It's been really humid here lately. Hey man, well, I'm glad it helped. I mean, I enjoy it way more than, you know, the stock firmware that came on the machine. After switching to this, I can't even imagine going back. We're going to take this whole spool holder right off here. Because I know darn well it's just going to be right in the way. This was a good print too. If you guys have the Sunlus or one of those little acrylic holders, just replace it with something like this. This works great. Sunlu filament dryer. Yeah, I was thinking about like making my own little dry box, you know? Because, let's see here. Every time you get filament, you get a bunch of those, you know, silica beads. I got a handful of them. I was thinking about just making a little box and putting that spool holder thing inside there and just letting it rip right through the box. Let's see. Let's go ahead and kill this heat. Let that cool back down before we start playing with it. Now, how do you guys like the live streams? Because I know I've been posting a lot of shorts lately. But how do you guys like the long video format stuff versus the shorts and the live streams? Do you guys enjoy live streams? And I don't mind making them as long as we got stuff to do. There's only so much shit I can talk in one night. Now, first one, alright, that's cool, man. Yeah, I think what was our first live stream? I think it had something to do with the Sunlu. I think we unboxed the Sunlu. Yeah, work. Oh. Yep, there's no infill on that, so we're trying to print in thin air. I forgot to add infill to that. Oh, we'll see what happens. Well, it looks like it's building up a little bit there. Man, that sucks. Can't believe I forgot to put some infill on that. I was messing with base mode earlier with the Prusa slicer, and yeah, you get mixed up between Cura and Prusa, where Prusa you gotta go back through and tell it to do all that stuff again. Cura just turn the base mode off and it brings your infill settings back on. But anyways, let's go ahead, continue on this. Alright. Unplug the power. Get that out of the way. take that out. Learned the hard way one time. So that sucks when you try to take this panel off. Handy dandy screwdriver set. And what size were these? Okay. So I'll take this panel off. You just got these 3 small screws here. And I guess not with the kits. So when you first had those kits, they didn't have, you know, external power or nothing for the sensor. You had to hardwire it. And we're just going to hardwire it. Rather have it that way anyways. Come on, let go. There you are. Just be real careful of that ribbon right here. Taking this thing off. You don't go getting that thing flying out of there and pull the pin out. Okay, let's see what we got. Looks like we got 2 positives open. And 2 grounds are open. Yeah. Should have plenty of wire and plenty of space. Let's see, they actually have these existing ones crimped in there. Crimped in the little ring connectors. Instead of just smashing the wire down. I mean, I got some connector pins here. See what I have in store. If anything I got fits. Something like that might be alright. Yeah, I think these will work just fine. Pull a couple of them out. Wire strips and see what are we gonna need inside the box here. Let's see. That board's just kind of just tossed in there. Rattling around. Okay, so our sensor so we'll have our Z-stop sensor plugging into here as well. I think that'll plug into there. This guy should plug right into here. And I believe that sides are power. I'll double check on that. In the meantime, our cube's done. And the one thing I found out about this TPU here, on a textured plate, this shit is a pain in the ass to get off. Like, you ain't gotta worry about it not sticking. That's what we ended up with TPU. So, squishy stuff. And this is the one I made earlier. Same settings. And it looks like they printed out pretty much the same. This stuff here is pretty dang strong. Like, I'm pretty surprised how much of a beating you can really give this TPU here. I mean, that's smashed in channel locks. It's pretty neat stuff. Okay. I'm just double checking that EZABL there. And I also got to get his his mounting bracket for that. Let's see, I know he had the mini in there. He has like this STL pack zip file I'm gonna have to download and check out. With direct drive? No, I do not have direct drive on the Tronxy. That is a Titan extruder. So, yeah, you don't need direct drive to print TPU. It's just a standard Titan extruder. Now, it's not, you know, the easiest thing to print, that's for sure. I still got some work to do for overhangs and bridges and stuff like that. But this is with no cooling, nice and slow. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, his parts mounting bracket. SDL mini adapter ring. And I don't know if he's gonna have let me see, I'm gonna pull up his Red Squirrel fan mount plate. I'm gonna look at this. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna move you guys here for a sec. Set you guys up over here. Alright. So we got this style here. And that goes on the red squirrel. And we also have the OEM version, which is pretty goofy looking. But I gotta see what would be easier to put on this machine. I'm thinking maybe the Red Squirrel one. This is a this is like a Hero Meat version there for the B6 kind of thing. So I don't think he has EZABL mount for that. I guess I would check probably the Creality. No, he just has the OEM mount. Let's see what this one looks like. Yeah, I'm gonna want two screw holes. I don't want that thing to canter back and forth. So this is a Creality style. I'm not really liking that. So I think we'll just go ahead and grab the Red Squirrel one. This one here. And then just make it work. I mean, it's just plastic. So we can make it work. Alright, so I'm going to put you guys back on the plug here. There we are. Back you up some. And do a little cleaning up here. This stuff here, man, it just sticks right to the bed. But like, look how strong this stuff is. That's just the brim, one pass. That's pretty strong stuff. So I'm kind of excited to make some useful stuff out of this. Maybe like some gaskets or something like that, and kind of see how long they last. Alright. Now go through the UI a little bit here just for some people who haven't seen me use any of this. So this is telling you extrusion 1. That's your hotbed. So you can have this set up for, you know, multiple extruders, and you just tap through, cycle through what's what. So we'll get that heated up so I can pull that TPU out of there. Hopefully it doesn't make a mess on the way out. I'll go ahead and throw... Oh, what would I want to throw in there? What do I got bagged up? Anything good? PLA. PLA. Oh, you know what? Let's try something new. We'll try making that a PET G. I haven't messed with that yet. And the PET G we got super cool looking. I haven't used it yet. I think right now would be a good time to use it. Fat spool. It's like a translucent red. So it looks pretty neat. Never used this Amazon Basics, but we'll find out. So it wants a 230, 250 nozzle temp, bed temp, 60 to 80. Yeah, we'll see. We'll try printing with that. They even gave me a bag. That's out that TPU is going to go in. Alright, looks like we're hot. Alright, so back over here. We'll go to extrusion. And you don't have to do this, but I at least do about 10 millimeters on normal. And do... Was it out? Yeah, out. Just to pull it out of the hot spot out of there, and then I'll go through by hand. And I might not be going through by hand. I might be using the extruder for most of this. Let's see. Stuff's so weird because it flexes and I can't tell if any of it's coming out or not. Oh no, we're getting it. There we go. Alright. Oh, yep. Of course, I got hung up at the end here. Inside the sensor. There we are. Cut this section off. Spool that dude up. Yeah, very, very cool color though. I really like the color on that. What printer is, what, this one? This one here is the XY2 Pro with the Titan extruder. Made from Tronxy. I gotta throw some beads in that. Yeah, it's a Tronxy XY2 Pro. It's a Chinese knockoff of a Chinese knockoff, but it works pretty good. Like the whole beginning of this channel was just this machine here, and you know, learn some stuff over the course of having it, and you can kind of see that in the channel if you ever go back through it. There we go. I got some beads right in the bag with this stuff here. This here is PG. Look at that. That's very cool color. I like that. I mean, on camera it just looks like red, but in person the shine is actually just reflection from light. It's very interesting looking. That's for sure. It feels like normal plastic to me, so see if we can't get it printing. But eventually, I think we'll work our way up to some polycarbonate. I really want to try printing something like that. That feeds through pretty nice. Gonna show you the little feed setup. Oh, there you go. You can kind of see that translucent effect there. Ah, yeah, there we go. I'm getting some of that old crap out of there. Yep. Okay, that's what Barry was talking about. Thought it was a typo. Oh, my S8 firmware? Yeah. Yeah, it's for the machine that's right... Well, you're sitting on it right now. That's what we're messing with today. The Tronxy over there is just printing all this, you know, fun, wacky shit in the meantime. But that's just a strand of this stuff here. at Pet G. It's I don't know. Feels a little different in ABS. Kind of reminds me of fishing line. Like some cheap, thick plastic fishing line. Alright. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna go over here to the side and slice up this bracket for us to print on the Tronxy. And I haven't printed with the Pet G at all, so it might take us a couple tries to get it right. And I'm not really sure on speeds or anything like that, but I guess we'll find out. We're gonna call this G. I'm just setting up some settings real quick. Let me see, what did it say on school it wanted for temperature wise? 60 to 80 on the bed. If it's gonna print like ABS, I'm guessing it's not gonna want any cooling, so we'll turn the fan off. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the wait. So I just pulled some settings right out of my ass. So hopefully something happens here. We'll find out. Hopefully it sliced okay too, because I got YouTube Studio open. Let's get you into the action here. We're just warming up the bed temp right now. Alright, let's see how this does here. Now, first layer, it's kind of like, eh. Maybe it was just a little piece stuck to it. If you set up an EZABL for your CNC, I'm sure you can. I mean, you'd have to probably rebuild your firmware a little bit. Well, I don't know. Cause, well, does EZABL, does it kind of, sort of, yeah. You might have to mess with the firmware on your CNC machine. But I guess it would work. Whatever you use for a Z-stop on it, I guess you just slap that in there instead and just like, see? I guess if you just want the auto level features is, going down the build mat, that's when you have to play with the firmware. But if you're just going to use it as a Z-stop without wanting to do any of that, I guess you could just plug it right in and just see. Well, so far so good on the first layers for just kind of pulling something out of my ass on the settings. Our extrusion, the extrusion width might be a little too small. I'll be slightly under extruding it, but we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. It's only like a 30-something minute print. If don't come out too good, we'll play with it. No big deal. Yeah, I would think that as long as you're not changing, anything the machine does during startup, should just be plug and play, really. Because you're using an external board to kind of, process all that, any data or anything that thing sends, and just make it act like a regular Z-stop. I guess technically you could get it to work just fine. I'm going to set you way back over here again so you can kind of see the machine do shit in the background. I'm going to strip some of these wires back. Make sure we're in frame here somewhat. Oh man, these wires are freaking tiny. Wow. Alright. Yeah, so right here, if you're looking at this board, focus, bastard. This side here, where the power comes in. That's what you get. And you can kind of see left side is negative, right is positive. Focus, you bastard. Jesus. And it wanted me to use the provided little tiny thing there, but I ain't doing it. And it's just gonna upset me for how small it is. I'm gonna use my own. So you back these out. And strip these back here. If we can. There we are. Must be a 24 gauge wire because 22 doesn't strip them too good. Oh, they're solid. Solid copper wire. Let's see what's going on here. I need to back these out some more. Oh, yeah, apparently I did. Hard to see inside there. There we are. Tighten these dudes down. Alright, cool. Now it's hooked up, ain't going nowhere. Okay. That's that side. Let's see, how's this coming out? Yeah, so far so good looking. Okay, trying to see how I want to do this here. I think I want to flip the machine over, kind of lay out where it's going to be, and finish up the wiring then. So I'm going to unplug the LCD screen. It's just that pin connector on the ribbon. Let's pop that off. Get this out of the way. So we ain't got to worry about it. Ooh, there you go. Just flying around. Here we are. On the back side. Okay, so got access on this side and this side. We can get through both sides just fine. This is our Z-stop wires on this side. Down in here. Might mount it right here in this corner. The board here is starting to kind of piss me off because it's not seated. There we are. Stop moving. But I'm thinking, take this, slam it right down in here. Give us plenty of wire to run that up. Z-stop will go right, plug right into there. The harness and stuff for everything else comes over here on this side, but we're just going to have that. A little bit extra. Let me see how much harness we actually got here. This will also kind of dictate where I can put this thing. Okay. That's sitting there. This will run down and around, and should have plenty if it sits over there. I think that'll work out just fine. But we're just going to zip tie stuff down, so if we need to move it, we can move it. I'm not going to try to make anything too permanent. I'm going to go grab another drink real quick. In the meantime, check that thing out. Alright, we are back. Well, I'm back. You were here. Oh, man. But yeah, I think we're just kind of throwing something out there for some settings. It seems like it's coming out all right. We'll see when it gets starts getting tall and skinny. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to block your view for just a second here. Okay. I just need to see what I needed. Take the Z sensor apart. Can't remember what size it is though. It's not that one. There's number 3. Oh. Screw these two back together here so we don't lose them. There. And they looks like they epoxied that in to place. Pretty good beer. Oh, this is a mango cart, Golden Road. I do like it, especially when it's ice cold. I never even heard of this stuff until I went to this, kind of like a diner style, called Bubba's. And the guy came out and he's like, "Oh yeah, you want to try any of our beers?" He was like naming some stuff off, and then he said mango, and I was like, "Oh yeah, give me that one." And it's pretty good stuff. I found it in the store, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pick up a 6-pack." Oh, zip tie. Thank you. You have to look for it. Yeah, it's kind of hit or miss where you can find it. Like, I found it at Walmart before, but other Walmarts don't carry it, so it's, I think they usually keep it where, like, Blue Moon is. If you find some Blue Moon, you'll usually find this around that somewhere. It's a wheat beer. Alright, let's see. Well, the good news is their epoxy job is pretty shitty. So we should be able to get that off. Yeah, go grab my knife again. I'm back. Okay. Did I miss anything? No, things are still printing, nothing's on fire. Let's try to get this epoxy out of here. There we go. Let's clean this up. Okay. And this should slam right into here. Now, click. Very good. Okay, so we got power. Z's plugged into here. Now the EZABL probe. Go right down into this side. Nice little click. And we'll leave this open right now. I'm just going to leave it open and just set right here. I want to see, we're supposed to have an indication light on there to just make sure that it's all plugged in the right way. So, go ahead and feed this into somewhere. Feed it right through here. Clip through these. Those pain in the ass clips. Yeah, that's what those are. Those are the pain in the ass ones. I'm not taking those off. I'd rather just fish it through. Something like so. Come on, get out of the fan. There we are. I think something like that'll work. Although it's gonna be pretty hard to slip this in. That is alright for right now. I ain't gotta worry about it. So throw this probe over top, make sure nothing's in the way here. Spin this around. Let's see. Now I'll just go ahead and lay this down, I think. Make sure nothing's going to get crushed here. Okay, here we are. You guys got a view? Yeah, kind of. See, I'm going to strip this one back a little ways. I kind of got this tucked away in a shitty spot. Yeah, they actually got like little plates in there. Maybe I won't have to use those anyways. I just didn't want it to be stranded and get all jacked up in there. I'll just leave them like this. Is it gonna be enough to reach both ends? Yeah. And we're going to need a screwdriver. Oh, actually, here, no. We're going to want to cut this back a little bit, I think. But before I go cutting anything back, let me make sure we're going to have enough here. Okay, yeah, like the probe can go, well, yeah. Right. Plenty of room for that. So we're going to cut this wire back a little bit, get rid of some of the extra slack in here. Let's go about right there. Ah! Where'd the... Where the hell did that go? Oh, there it is. Under there, sit on top of the PSU. Printing right away. Looking good so far. Alright. Get rid of some of that fiber. Strip these. Alright. Alright. And kind of go under these two here. Slide that one up underneath and tighten it down. And on this side, come on, come on. That dang fake Kleins. I don't do the job right. And that, slide that up into place and tighten this one down. Okay, that should not go anywhere. Okay. That should be everything in here that we need to do, as long as we got everything hooked up right. So let's go ahead and put the top back on with the screen. Reconnect the ribbon. And slide this down into place. Little screws. His second printer. Yeah, it's kind of nice having shit printing on the side, or you know, whatever. Been a couple times where, you know, where you got like big jobs, you got, you know, a couple multiple prints you got to do. Comes in handy for that kind of stuff too. But yeah, you could definitely be making parts for crap as you're working on it. Alright, so just gonna drape this over top of this real quick. Make sure nothing's gonna arc and spark if I plug anything in. Alright, no fire yet. Okay, let's see. Oh, the sensor's working. Can you see that on camera? I got the green light down there, and it's also, that box is popping a red light too. Cool. So we got everything hooked up right. So now I guess really you don't have to mess with any of the firmware. You just have to set the height correctly for your nozzle and it's good to go. But if you want to do the auto level feature, that's no big deal. If you follow the S8, just go down through that list of functions and enable the auto bed leveling. I even think he has the EZABL setup stuff in there, and it'll tell you what to define for that. So super easy. Might not get to that tonight, but I might make a separate short video on it. Yeah, just a little bit of button some stuff up. I'm gonna turn this off and unplug it again. Tighten things down, put the cover on, and a little wire management, and be good to go. Oh, hey, look, right on time, too. Look at that. Shit. That's not bad at all, man. I mean, fuck. For just throwing some settings together. I've never printed with PETG before. Looks like it came out pretty clean. I'll take it off the bed once it cools down. We'll take a closer look at that. But I'm gonna pick this back up, throw it back on its back here. And crunchy. Okay. So this came out all good and dandy, so slide the cover on. There we go. Click. I think right in there like that would be fine. Let's see. Grab a couple zip ties. And zip tie this box down. Kind of interesting idea on the external power supply for this, though. I wonder why they decided to do something like that. Maybe people are having issues not wanting to break into their printers, or man, even with that, just that one zip tie, that ain't gonna go anywhere. It's wedged up underneath other cables. Tuck this under here. There we go. I think that'll be good. Okay, let's see. How would we want to run this up here? It's kind of a path. Something like so. Yeah, I think something like that works. You have a couple zip ties here and start putting this together. cut all the ends off here. All right. You didn't get a notification for the live stream, huh? Maybe you have to hit that notification bell. Well, this is where we're at. So we just finished the bracket. We got a little bit of cable management done. Coming down and around here. And just following right on down. You can kind of see it snake down over to that side. And spinning around here, and let's check out this part here. Okay, let's see what we're looking at. Really not too bad. First time printing this stuff here. Came out pretty clean. So, feels sturdy enough. Should be strong. Cool. Now we'll gotta see if this would even work. Well, it does line up right to the Hero Me stuff in there. So this might just work. Let's see, let me take some of this off. Tight fit. Okay. Like something like that. Well, we got plenty of adjustment right on the sensor itself, so I'm not too worried about up and down right now. Yeah, it'll clear the whole build plate. I'll have to see if I got some long screws though. It's gonna need some big freaking screws to get all the way across. Oh. Oh, box parts. Box parts. What's going on here? Oh no. Where is it at? Just bear with me 1 second. I misplaced all my screws. I had them all in an ace bag, like something like this. I have no clue where I set them. Oh, never mind. Got it. Bag of nuts. Okay. Let's see what we got here. We got a couple decent length screws in here. We'll have to mess around and see what we got. Okay. Let me get a Phillips. Come on. There you go. Okay, I think this is the longest one I have here. Let me see which one is it? It's gonna be the bottom one. All right, right screw for the job. Look at that. How do I like the red? The red is very cool looking. I mean, it looks way different on camera than it does in person. In person, it looks dark. On camera, it looks like a bright red. But it is interesting. It's pretty cool. Oh, you know what? The holes are slightly just a pinch off. Let's see here. Yeah, they're just a touch off. Oh, we got real close. Yeah, it really does need that second screw on there. It's just not going to be sturdy enough without it. Plus that hole's a little stripped out from last time we put this thing together. Take this sensor out of this mounting plate for now. Okay. So let's do the back side here first. Actually, I could use a slightly shorter screw for that. I don't need one that long. My hot end sits in the back, so I don't want to smash into that. Oh, I think that one's too short. No? Not threading anything in there, huh? Well, you know thread. This screw here is a coarse thread. It should catch a little better. That's not gonna work either. What the hell's going on here? Let me try throwing the coarse thread on the front. See if this will hold it well enough to have it work just like this. Bigger screwdriver. Oh no, jeez. This little one is doing better. Some asshole stripped this all apart. There, that's not going nowhere. Alright, let's get this back on. I can go ahead and turn this on now. Back you guys up a sec. Front plate's not quite sitting right here. It's kind of sitting high on this side a little bit. Alright, we're gonna go to motion, move axes, Z, give us a little room. Level and plumb? Not yet. We're working on it. Let's see. Make sure that nozzle is nice and clear. I think it's still gonna have to go down just a little bit. That's looking a lot closer. Let's go ahead and drop this back down. Well, it won't let me manually move it past that because it's not home. Well, guess we'll see what happens. Let's see, how much further does it have to go down before it'll pop? Yeah, it should say it's home before it smashes into the bed. Let's go ahead and do a home on the Z and see what happens. Oh, there we are. It worked. So we got a little bit of adjusting to do. Got to bring it down just a hair. But we can set that. We'll, now that the Z is home, we can actually smash that towards the bed here a little bit. Well, actually, no. It still won't let us move it into the negative. Not like this, it won't. Okay, so we need to bring this up a pinch. Let me Okay. Tighten this back up. Alright, let's go ahead and do a... Let's see. That's pretty close. I think we can just baby step that. Just save the settings. It's not bad. So that should work like this, but I'm still going to have to go into the firmware, I believe. So if it's going to home X and Y, when it drops this down, there's not going to be anything here for it to sense. It's just going to blow right through the plate. So we'll have to adjust the firmware to home the Z-axis, I think. Yeah, I got one of those 3D printer wrenches. I guess I can just move it down by hand. It's just I have 2 Z screws and I didn't really want to get them out of whack too much. So I got one of those little wrenches. And it should be 2 mil. That's actually, this one's a little bit over. This one's slightly over 2 mils. Let's see. That's right. This will work. Really not going to be that far off. Yeah, I mean, it's just a pinch off, really. Yeah, that's pretty close. Let's see what we get when we home it. Yeah, it's about the same. And just like a touch closer. Yeah, so not bad. Not bad at all. The one thing I'm worried about is the way it's probably going to auto home, because it does X, Y, and then Z, and it's used to having the mechanical stop over there. So it's going to have nothing to home on. So that'll be a firmware thing we'll have to change. So yeah. But now that the Z is home, I should still be able to turn on bed leveling. No, maybe. No. Right. Well, yeah, it'll be some firmware stuff we're going to have to put on here to get this to work right, because I might be able to do some stuff in the slicer and kind of force it to home over the bed, but I'd rather have it built in the firmware and then have our bed leveling set up as well. But that'll probably be in a regular video there. I'll do like an upload. I'll try to get it done this weekend. See what's going on, but it's installed and it works. So, and we got to get some TPU printed out. Here's all my mess from working on this crap. So, yep, TPU. And then that's PEG. I read there. And it came out actually fairly well. So I'm very happy with this. And this is just that Amazon Basic brand. I never heard of it. Didn't know they had their own brand of filament, but yeah, it all worked out pretty good. Like I said, I'll gotta get over to the other computer. I'll start building up this firmware here and get it ready to do some auto leveling, and I'll make a future video of it. But I think that's gonna be it for tonight. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and I'll catch you guys next time.